The member from the 34th District, Representative Fitzgibbon.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I move that the bills, memorials, measures, and resolutions printed on today's introduction sheet shall be considered the first reading under the fourth order of business and that they be referred to the committees so designated.
It's been moved and seconded that the bills, memorials, measures, and resolutions printed on today's introduction sheet be considered the first reading under the fourth order of business and that they be referred to the committees so designated. Brief remarks. Representative Fitzgibbon.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Urge your support for this motion to refer the 15 bills and 2 initiatives to the legislature referenced on today's introduction sheet to the various committees with jurisdiction thereof. Ask for your support.
Further remarks. The good member from the 20th, Representative Abarno.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, and I rise in opposition of this motion and ask that all bills but the 2 initiatives be held at the desk to give precedence to the 2 initiatives. Mr. Speaker, this motion treats our work here in session like business as usual, and there's nothing usual about the business in this session. You see, Mr. Speaker, first and foremost, our Constitution clearly states that all political power is inherent in the people, period. And the next article talks about the legislature having the authority to legislate. And while the legislature has that power to legislate, it takes a back seat to when the people have spoken through the initiative process. Mr. Speaker, we can debate all day what action means, to take action, to not take action. Right? Whether or not we have hearings for them or whether we pass them. But what is very clear, black and white in the Constitution, is to give precedence to the will of the people. It's very clear that the first power of the people is the initiative. And our constitutional duty as a legislature is to prioritize the will of those people. And all policy bills take a back seat to the initiatives. Mr. Speaker, not listening to the people, not considering the voice of over 400,000 Washingtonians, not prioritizing their voices is contrary to the clear language of our state constitution. It is an affront to fairness and accountability. Mr. Speaker, join me in opposition to this motion and oppose prioritizing policies that aren't the initiative, because our Constitution is clear. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Are there further remarks? The member from the 2nd, Representative Marshall.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I too oppose this motion. I ask that we hold these bills here until we give the constitutional priority to our 2 initiatives. Mr. Speaker, initiatives are a check that the people put on this institution. People are the ultimate check in the checks and balances of government. The Constitution gives initiatives and the people, or gives the people through initiatives, a defined path when they have issues with the actions taken by this body. Respecting the structure, respecting the initiatives isn't about the substance. It isn't about what the issue is at hand. Us providing precedent just ensures that we maintain the integrity of this institution in a manner that gives the precedence to the voice of the people. I urge that we oppose this motion.
Are there further remarks? The member from the 7th, Representative Abel.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. I also rise in opposition to the motion to refer the bill to committees. The gentleman from the 34th earlier provided the requisite constitutional language, and the gentleman from the 35th provided his analysis of why the language requiring this legislature provide precedence to the initiatives would not be violated if, in fact, this motion were adopted and the bill simply sent on to committee. There's 2 pieces with regard to this, Mr. Speaker. One, there's a substantive piece that I don't believe this legislature has answered. What does it mean to give precedence to the initiatives? I believe it must mean that, in fact, there's some sort of substance to that, that's not just, in fact, among the first bills to be discarded into the round file. The second piece, Mr. Speaker, is that there is an intent piece to this. The founders of our Constitution and of our state were very clear that the legislature is to be kept in check by, among other things, the people's right to offer an initiative. The courts have also made very clear in the intervening 100 years that this power is broadly interpreted to give effect to the people's ability to engage in the initiative process. I believe this motion undermines that, and I ask for your opposition. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Are there further remarks? The member from the 19th, Representative Walsh.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I oppose this motion in the strongest terms and recommend that you vote no with me. Mr. Speaker, I am encouraged that we are discussing Article 2, Section 1 of the Washington State Constitution, the part of our state constitution that describes the mechanics of the initiative process here. And yes, that section of the state constitution says that when an initiative or two have been certified by the state Secretary of State, we, as the legislative body, have the option to either pass the initiative into law or to take no action, in which case the initiatives go to the people for a vote at the next available general election. That would be this November's general election. And Mr. Speaker, we've touched on, but not really spoken directly, to the matter of what does it mean to take no action. Now, our tradition, Mr. Speaker, our own tradition, has been that taking no action means we don't vote on the initiatives. But our tradition has been, even if we don't vote on the initiatives, we give them a hearing, a public hearing. And Mr. Speaker, I believe that our practice is a good one. It honors the language in Article 2, Section 1 about giving initiatives that have been certified preference and precedence, putting them ahead of other business except for the budgets and cleaning up the horrible mess of the budget that we've got. So I believe that to stay with our own traditions and to honor the language in the state constitution, we should give these two certified initiatives public hearings ahead of the other business that is covered by the motion. This is important for many reasons, Mr. Speaker. One is it provides transparency in our processes to the people of the state, 400,000 of whom signed at least one of these petitions. And more importantly than that, Mr. Speaker, it gives confidence to the people of this state that we are following the Constitution and giving that public comment the opportunity to the people who support the two initiatives. Mr. Speaker, TVW will broadcast the hearings, and these are useful tools to communicate with the public, to educate the public.
Are there further remarks? Seeing none, the question before the House is adoption of the motion to refer fourth order measures, bills, memorials, and resolutions be referred to committees so designated. A recorded roll call vote has been requested. The Speaker is about to start the roll call machine. The Speaker has started the roll call machine. Has every member voted? Does any member wish to change their vote? The Speaker is about to lock the roll call machine. The Speaker has locked the roll call machine. Clerk will take the record.
Mr. Speaker, there are 57 yeas, 38 nays, 3 excused.
The motion is adopted. Fifth order of business, committee reports. With the consent of the House, the bills listed on today's committee reports under the fifth order of business will be referred to committees so designated. Hearing no objection, so ordered. With the consent of the House will now adjourn until 10:30 a.m. Thursday, January 29th, the 18th legislative day. Hearing no objection, so ordered. The House is now adjourned until 10:30 a.m. Thursday,